It's your boy Hoswell K coming back at y'all with another banger video, man. Hey, man, as you can see, today we'll be reacting to Prime Jason Kidd. You feel me? He did play for the New Jersey Nets. I am originally from North New Jersey, so I know a little bit about Jason Kidd. As you can see, I got his college jersey in the back. Shout out to my boy Uncle Al. Big 3K. Feel me? I'm 1K, he 3K. You know how I get. But hey, we're going to get into this video, bro.
Kidd has over 12.
Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitch, YoHoz1K. Follow me on Instagram, Hoz1K. Let's go.
1,000 career assists, more than anyone in NBA history, not named John Stockton. And with 9 all-defensive selections, Kidd's one of the best defensive guards ever. Wherever he played, Jason immediately brought a winning culture and championship aspirations. However, Kidd only averaged over 17 points per game once in his career, and they used to call him Asen because he had no J. So, how good was Jason Kidd actually? Kidd was born in 1973 in San Francisco, but he was raised in Oakland.
73, Jesus.
And current NBA players. However, Jason's first sport wasn't basketball, it was soccer. But then, in the 2nd grade, Jason started playing basketball and soon realized he was a natural hooper. After that, there were only 2 places you could find Jason. If he wasn't in school, he was on a basketball court somewhere. When he got to 8th grade, Jason was such a good player that he became a minor celebrity in Oakland because everybody was gathering at the playgrounds to watch him hoop. As a high school freshman, one college coach approached Kidd, asking if he was a senior and if he was As a high school freshman, one college coach approached Kidd, asking if he was a senior and if he had already signed a letter of intent because Jason had a large frame and had nearly already reached his adult height of 6'4". He was also usually the most athletic player on every court, so it was easy to mistake him for a senior. However, one Oakland native wasn't that impressed with a young Jason Kidd and wanted to teach him a lesson. Gary Payton was from the same Oakland neighborhood as Kidd, but he was 5 years older. And even though Gary wasn't much bigger than Kidd, he was much tougher and
shout out Glove. Let me know if y'all want me to do a video on him too.
More experienced. Payton challenged Kidd to a one-on-one game and didn't let Jason score a single bucket. On top of beating him, Gary destroyed him with trash talk. Jason grew up just playing on the basketball courts, but he didn't know nothing about going to playgrounds, where a lot of guys are going to trash talk to him, challenge his manhood, and things like that. And after such a demoralizing beatdown, Kidd wanted to quit basketball. Oh, there were tears. My parents would ask me what's wrong. I would be like, I think I should pick a different sport because I'm not very good at it. He wouldn't let me score after he told me that he wouldn't let me score. However, Jason's love for basketball was too strong, and he wanted to get better. Payton soon became his mentor, and the 2 Oakland point guards developed a special bond. And Gary's lessons proved to fuel Kidd's success.
That's fire. He went from trash talking to mentoring them. That's fire. That's how you know you got real love for the game, bro. It's all in the love of the game. That's it.
Jason led St. Joseph High School to a 122-14 record and 2 consecutive state championships. As a senior, he won the Naismith Award as the nation's top high school player after averaging 25 points, 10 assists, 7 rebounds, and 7 steals. During his high school years, Kidd became LeBron James a decade before LeBron James, with a feature in Sports Illustrated as one of the nation's most
like he played baseball
players. Kidd's popularity forced his school to often move their games to the Oracle Arena. Crowds of over 10,000 people who wanted to see Jason in action. And just like LeBron, Kidd was one of the few high school players to play before a nationally televised audience. But despite being wanted by all the major universities, Kidd chose to attend the nearby University of California, Berkeley, a school that was coming off a 10-18 season and had not won a conference title since 1960. But Kidd's arrival immediately turned things around for the Bears. Jason averaged 13
back
points,
in the day,
8 assists, and nearly 4 steals per game, which secured him the National Freshman of the Year award. He led California to a 21-9 record and a berth to the NCAA tournament, which was only the 2nd time in 30 years Cal qualified for March Madness.
Maybe the Cal game. How good is Jason Kidd?
The Bears won their first 2 games of the tournament thanks to Kidd's 2 game-winning shots against LSU and Duke, eventually losing to Kansas in the Sweet 16. As a sophomore, Jason improved his averages to 16 points, 9 assists, and 3 steals per game, leading Cal back to the NCAA tournament. He became the first sophomore in the history of the Pac-10 to be named Conference Player of the Year, breaking Kevin Johnson's school records for assists and steals, a feat Kidd accomplished in just 2 seasons, compared to Johnson's 4. After dominating for 2 years, it made no sense for Kidd to continue his college career, and he declared for the 1994 NBA Draft.
With the 2nd pick, the Dallas Mavericks select Jason Kidd.
That's what I'm
And
talking about,
just like he did in
kid.
college, Jason's arrival immediately resulted in more wins for the Mavs. After winning just 11 games in 1993 and 13 games in 94, with Kidd on board, the Mavs won 36 games in 95, narrowly missing out on the playoffs.
Damn.
Kidd averaged 12 points, 5 rebounds, 8 assists, and 2 steals per game, securing him the Rookie of the Year award, which he shared with Grant Hill, the only time in history the NBA had co-Rookies of the Year. And because his impact on
I gotta figure out what Grant Hill stats was. If they had the shirt, man, I know Grant must have been going crazy.
the horrible Mavs team was so evident, Kidd even received votes for MVP. As a sophomore, Kidd improved his averages to 16 points, 10 assists, and over 2 steals per game, which secured him his first
Averaged a
All-Star
double-double.
selection. However, despite Kidd establishing himself as one of the premier point guards in the NBA, the Mavs regressed, winning just 24 games in
Damn.
1996. It was mainly because the Mavericks were a young team, led by the 3 J's, Jamal Mashburn, Jim Jackson, and Jason Kidd, who were all young guys wanting to go out and party rather than watch game film. But a lot of it
It'd be
came
like
down
that.
to Kidd, who wasn't yet accustomed to the NBA game. His biggest problem was that he wasn't a good shooter, for which he earned the nickname Ace-in Kidd, since there is no J in his game. However, another big issue for Kidd was that he played too fast. Looking back, my mistake was that I only had one gear, the fastest gear. Coming into the league, I knew I had 2 strengths. I could post guys up, and I was fast.
I feel like my game is the same. Like when I play, I wasn't that good of a nigga. I'm not saying I'm the best nigga in the world. I'm straight. You feel me? I'm decent. I feel like I only play at one speed. Like I never break down in my moves and pace out like Jokic. If I see that lane, I'm gone. I'm out. I'm either gonna stop, pull up for the midi, step back for the 3, or I'm gonna just keep going for the layup.
Why would I want to take away one of my advantages? As a young player, you think you can take them all. 3 guys in front of me, I can take them all. Fast break after fast break, I would beat my own guys down the court. My teammates would always be behind me trying to catch up. But in his 3rd season, Kidd learned to slow down
Shit on
and
my
let the
shirt.
play develop. Just like that, it opened up passing lanes and his options multiplied. He wasn't forcing up shots anymore, and as a result, Kidd's shooting percentages started to improve, and he finally got over 40% from the field. And
That's
a
not
respectable
bad.
37% from 3.
That's not
which was
bad
a
at
big
all.
improvement from his first 2 seasons. But due to locker room disagreements, which famously involved the singer Tony Braxton, the Mavericks decided to trade Kidd.
Gang, Braxton broke up the 3 J's. How did I not know about this?
To Phoenix at the midpoint of the 1997 season.
Mentally, I feel great, and I think that's what I'm gonna walk away with this trade is that mentally, I am a new person. There was so much mentally
Money and women, the only 2 causes, bro.
going on in Dallas that I just wasn't playing the same.
And after Kidd's departure from the Mavs, they wouldn't make the playoffs again until 2001. But the Suns were revitalized by his arrival, making the playoffs in each of his 5 seasons
Play
with the
that,
franchise.
girl.
During this time, Kidd further established himself as an elite defender, making 3 all-defensive teams, as well
Okay.
as leading the league in assists
Hey.
3 times in a row from 1999 to 2001. However, despite making the playoffs in each season, the Suns only won 1 playoff series in 2000, after which they quickly lost to the Lakers. In the summer of 2000,
Damn.
Jason joined Team USA for the Sydney Olympics, helping the Stars and Stripes win a gold medal and leading the team in assists and steals. But after a
Ooh.
tumultuous 2001 NBA season that was marked by charges of domestic abuse by Kidd's
Oh,
wife, the Suns
no.
decided to part ways with their star
No,
point guard. In the 2001
kid.
offseason,
I
Jason
didn't
went
know
to the
none of
New
this.
Jersey Nets for Stephon Marbury.
This was
in
before
what
he
was
went to New
considered
Jersey,
a
too.
win-win trade,
Fuck.
because Marbury was an all-star who averaged 24 points per game. However, some people, like
Let me know if you want a Marbury video. I might do a Cole video too, bro. That's definitely overdue. I did Michael Jordan videos. I got to do a Cole video.
Kobe Bryant were convinced that the Suns made a big mistake. What in the world is Phoenix doing? Shortly after joining the Nets, Jason made a bold prediction. New Jersey, winners of just 26 games in 2001, would win at least 40 games. And his promise was proven correct. And then some. The Nets won 52 games in the
Woo!
2002 regular season. Their best
Damn,
result ever
Kmart!
since moving to Jersey. And their winningest season since the 70s and the Julius Erving era. They had the best record in the Eastern Conference behind 15 points and
Just
10
beating
assists
ass.
per game
Oh
for
my
Kidd, who finished
nigga.
second in the MVP voting. behind
15
Tim
and
Duncan.
10?
But even more importantly, the Nets were
Look at
winning when
Richard.
it mattered most, in the playoffs. As an NBA franchise, the
Damn,
Nets
get
won
off me,
only
nigga.
1 playoff
Bow.
series before Kidd's arrival, dating back to 1984. And And in the 2002 season,
Wow.
they first defeated the Pacers, then the Hornets, and in the Eastern Conference Finals, they faced the Celtics with prime Paul Pierce and
Shitty
Antoine
boy
Walker.
Pierce.
And despite having
Shitty
an
boy.
inexperienced team behind Kidd, with the rookie Richard Jefferson
Hey,
and
Richard!
sophomore Kenyon Martin, New Jersey defeated the Celtics in 6 games.
The New Jersey Nets are in the NBA
Wow.
Finals.
Got the
A series
Celtics
where
out of
Kidd
there.
averaged a triple-double, 17
Get the
points,
fuck outta
11
here.
rebounds, and 10 assists per game.
In the playoffs,
However, in the
nigga?
finals, they faced prime Kobe and Shaq.
Yeah, ain't nothing you
who were
doing about
simply
that.
Too much to handle for anybody on the Nets team. O'Neal averaged 36
And
and
a
12
damn
in the
thing.
series, and one of the most iconic photos in NBA history was made during the finals, when all the Nets players unsuccessfully tried to contain Shaq's dunk. But this
Damn,
experience
bruh.
proved invaluable to the young Nets, who returned to the finals a year later, losing just 2 games in 3 series to win the Eastern Conference. And after 4 games, the finals were tied between the Nets and the San Antonio Spurs. But then another all-time great decided to turn it up a gear. In Game 5, Tim Duncan finished with 29
So one year you went into Kobe and Shaq, and the next year you went into Tim Duncan and the Spurs. All right.
points and 17 rebounds to secure the win. And in Game 6, he was even better, with 21 points, 20 rebounds,
God,
10
no.
assists, and an astonishing 8
Hey,
blocks
give me that.
to win the game and the championship
Gots to do a Timmy D reaction.
for the Spurs. Kidd averaged 26 and 7 in the series, but the Nets had little offensive firepower and a lack of shooting to
Oh my
feed
God,
off
that
his
shot was
passing.
ugly as
And it
fuck.
wasn't a surprise that they lost to a much deeper, more balanced Spurs team. In the next 4 seasons, the Nets made the playoffs each year, but they never made it further.
And
than
we
the
had
second round.
Vince.
Then, in the middle of the 2008 season, Jason Kidd was 34 years old, and he realized that he couldn't win a title with the Nets, so he asked for a trade.
The man who brought a basketball renaissance to New Jersey will likely be wearing different colors after the All-Star break.
Look
The
at
Nets
that.
traded him
That
to
Jersey
Dallas,
5
where
is so
Kidd
iconic.
joined Dirk Nowitzki, another legend in search of his first championship. When he got to Dallas, Kidd realized that he'd lost a step and couldn't rely on his speed to beat opponents.
It's all right,
who were
OG.
often sagging off him when he had the ball.
Treyway.
So Kidd began working with a shooting coach to
Got
try
to.
to improve his three-point shot, keep defenses honest, and expand his offensive repertoire. In his first 13 seasons in the league, Kidd shot 34% for 3, which wasn't terrible, but it wasn't great. But in his first half season back in Dallas, Jason shot 46% from deep.
There we
He made
go.
40% of his
Oh my
trades
God.
the following year, and then a career-high 42% in 2010. But even though Dallas had a talented team that always won 50-plus games in the regular season, something always went wrong in the playoffs. So before the 2011 season,
Hey,
nobody
come
believed
here,
that
Dirk.
a 33-year-old
Hey!
34-year-old Jason Terry, and 38-year-old Jason Kidd could improve much from the previous disappointing season.
Shout out Jason Terry,
Dallas
man.
was different that year. The addition of Tyson Chandler bolstered
Oh, I
their
remember Tyson.
interior defense, which addressed their biggest weakness.
Get that shoe out of here!
And adding veteran sharpshooter Peja Stojakovic and giving more minutes to JJ Barea gave them
I remember
a big
JJ
boost
too.
off the bench. The
What?
Mavs
Bro, I remember all these niggas strictly from 2K games, bro. What 2K was out? What year was this?
won 57 games in the regular season, and after they
I know that sounds terrible, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm young. I was born in 2003. I was playing 2K before I knew about basketball, Brody. My fault, bro.
struggled in the first round of the playoffs against Portland, they swept the Lakers in the second round. And Kidd's defense on Kobe was a main reason for Dallas's victory in the series. An old man, Jason, limited Bryant to just
Kobe.
23 points per game in the series. In the conference finals, Dallas defeated the young superstar trio of OKC, securing
crazy.
a trip to the NBA Finals against the heavily favored Miami Heat. And it all started according to the Vegas odds, who had Miami as a 3-1 favorite. The Heat won Game 1 and had a commanding lead in Game 2 when Dirk sparked a late Dallas comeback, which tied the series. Miami then won Game 3, and again, it seemed like LeBron was well on his way to winning his first championship. But the Mavs weren't letting go so easily, and Jason Kidd played an instrumental role in guarding LeBron. For long stretches of the series, Dallas kept James in check by using the much smaller Kidd as his primary defender.
Had
kept
Kidd guarding
digging
my
at the
boy?
ball, and LeBron was unable to attack him off the dribble. By neutralizing James, who finished with 8 points in Game 4 and
Woo!
17 points in Game 5, the Mavericks
Yo, wow.
turned the series around. In Game 6, Kidd was a game-high plus 18, and with a late fourth-quarter scoring spree from Nowitzki, the Mavs won their first title in franchise history.
That's, I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna have to watch that whole game. Ain't no way Jason Kidd by himself held you to 8 points, nigga. He must have been ripping the fuck out your tall ass. Every time you pick the ball, what I say last week, every time you pick that bitch up, I need it. Let me get that. And you already low to the ground, bro. We small guards, bro. Need that. He ended up making the right decision leaving New Jersey, though, because he obviously won a ring.
And while Dirk collected the majority of the praise, and deservedly so, Kidd's impact on this series was enormous. He was a series-high plus 42 across 6 games, and his defense on James and timely three-pointers gave Dallas a much-needed boost in pivotal moments. Jason Kidd's DNA is all over this thing. Coach Carlisle said after winning the title, "You don't see some of the gaudy statistics in terms of points scored or things like that, but the way he has facilitated our team on the court with his leadership ability, his knowledge of our team, the example he sets by playing with a certain level of intensity and being cool under pressure, he is one of the all-time greats."
That's a point guard
Jason
for you.
Kidd, this moment completely validates his career as being one of those superstars. Jason stayed in Dallas for one more season, after which he decided to join the Knicks for one last hurrah.
I think Jason Kidd just realized it makes more sense for him at this point in his career, almost 40, to try to go with the win now team.
And even at the age of 40, Kidd had once again done what he did all his career, bringing up championship pedigree and a winning mentality.
That's buddy
to the
that
team.
went to UNC.
In Jason's lone year with the Knicks, he helped the franchise win 50 games for the first time since the 2000 season, to secure their first division title since 1994. And just like Coach Carlisle, the Knicks coach Mike Woodson echoed the same sentiment about Kidd and his play. Veteran leadership on and off the court was a huge factor for our team that recorded 54 victories. Jason provided an incredible voice inside our locker room, and I considered it an honor to say I coached him. After the 2013 season, 19 seasons and 1,549 games in the NBA, Jason Kidd finally decided to hang up his sneakers. He ended his career 6th all-time in regular season games played, 2nd all-time in assists and steals, and 3rd all-time in three-pointers made with 1,988. Only Kobe Bryant made more all-defensive teams as a guard, and because of his two-way impact, Kidd is one of the top 10 point guards of all time. Jason Kidd was basically a coach on the court.
Literally.
It's no surprise that after his playing career, he's become an elite head coach, leading the Mavericks back to the finals for the first time since 2011, when he played on the team. Thanks for watching. If you like this video,
shout out Broner, man. GG's good vid. I appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. Let me know what y'all want to react to next, bro. Let's get it. I'm out, bro. See y'all in the next video.